Hi everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the pathway of blood flow through the heart. First, let's talk about the structure of the heart, and then we can talk about the path that the blood takes. First off, what we need to know is that the heart is made up of 4 chambers. First, we have the right atrium, and under this, we have the right ventricle. Then on the other side, we have the left atrium, and similarly, under that, we have the left ventricle. Next, we have the pulmonary artery over here, and then we have the pulmonary veins. Up here, we have the aorta. The aorta is the major artery in the human body. It supplies many organs with oxygenated blood. Here we have the tricuspid valve, and over here we have the bicuspid valve. And lastly, we have here the superior vena cava, and down here the inferior vena cava. Now, as you may or may not know, superior and inferior are anatomical terms used to describe parts of the body, and they are named this because of their location. So superior means higher and inferior means lower. And hopefully you'll see what I mean by this in a little bit. Okay, so now that we've talked about the structure of the heart, let's talk about the actual path that the blood takes. So first off, we start off in the superior vena cava, which brings deoxygenated blood from the top portion of the body, and the inferior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from the bottom portion of the body. Let me just use a different color to actually show you the path. So here in green, you'll see that the superior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from the top portion of the body down to the right atrium, and the inferior vena cava does the same. So all the deoxygenated blood is pooled into the right atrium, and that's how it enters the heart. Now from the right atrium, they go through the tricuspid valve. The tricuspid valve connects the right atrium to the right ventricle. So once it passes through the tricuspid valve, it goes into the right ventricle space. Now, from the right ventricle, the deoxygenated blood, keep in mind, travels through the pulmonary artery. And a way I remember this is that the artery carries blood away. So the pulmonary artery is carrying the deoxygenated blood away so it gets oxygenated. And when it comes back to the heart, the oxygenated blood now enters through the pulmonary veins. And from the pulmonary veins, it pools its blood into the left atrium. Now from the left atrium, the blood travels through something called the bicuspid valve. And another name for bicuspid is the mitral valve. That's what it also goes by, but I'm going to call it bicuspid. And this bicuspid valve connects the left atrium and the left ventricle. And a way I remember this is the difference between tricuspid and bicuspid is that you have to try it before you buy it. So the blood needs to travel through the tricuspid valve first on the right side of the heart, and then it travels through the bicuspid valve on the left side. So once the blood has gone from the left atrium through the bicuspid valve, it enters the left ventricle. And from here, the blood is pushed out through the aorta, which I mentioned was the major artery in the body, and now it travels to the rest of the body. And it's as simple as that. Now, something else that is interesting to know is that the muscles on the left side of the heart are actually thicker and stronger than the right side. And a reason for that is that the left side of the heart is what's responsible for pumping oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. So that's it for this video. See you in the next video.